Downed him. Oh dear God, no. Damn. I hate when it has. Oh my gosh. This guy has 98,216. Damn, dude. Wow.
Alright, here, let me, Alrighty, here, give me 1 second. I just gotta fix the, more of the party audio than anything else. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, give me 1 second here. I just gotta make sure. I gotta do this real quick. I just gotta share it out on Discord, and then I just gotta make sure everything's in place.
I could really use a max ammo.
Because in life, we could all use a max ammo. Alright.
Well, I'm at the step where you have to use the redeem hand and move the crossbow, but it's not doing it.
Oh, yeah, it's glitching out, I see. That is never a fun sign. It glitches out on you.
And I'm out of ammo.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that is not good.
Because yeah, it's supposed to be aimed at... Well, no, it might be like that, because...
Alright.
Let me try.
Yeah, I got too many... Okay.
I'll try it. Maybe I got it right and I don't know
it was right the whole time, and it just taking you like 30 rounds.
Well,
it out.
because it turned and it just stopped. So it was turning and then it just stopped. So I'm guessing I probably got it right and I didn't realize it. I just wasted all the ammo in that redeemed hand of our anus.
Damn.
So I'm trying it. So I got the shield with the fire on it. And I'm about to go try and run through the acid.
Alright. So we got that.
We'll see.
Trying to see if, okay. Alright, there we go.
Oh, I did get it right. Okay.
So the tags should be updating, and I don't know why it takes like 10 years to update my tags, but apparently it does for whatever reason. Alright, so I just want to refresh the page one more time. Just double check if we're live, and we are live, but I just want to see if the tag's updated itself. So I want to get that out of the way too.
Oh, come on.
Alright. So I bet everybody and their mother's watching the Game of Thrones final season, but I've never seen one episode of that, honestly. I don't know, maybe it was just, I mean, there might be a couple of times where I might see it, but then it's just like, I really will try to watch it on my own time.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyways, let me just double check if we're live. We are live, we're good. And Skullboy with that follow. I appreciate it, Skullboy. You did that last stream. And we are 49 followers away from 300, so you guys better help me out. Share out the stream. And before we get started with the podcast show, episode number 7, I just want to give a quick shout out to somebody because today is their birthday. And this person does have the name Penguin in it, and no, Penguinator, it's not you.
I know, 'cause mine's in January.
Yeah, you're like, damn. I wanted to shout out anyways. But, so, Pengu is who we call. I think I did this for her last year. I sang happy birthday to her with nothing but pug barks. So,
No.
yeah, get ready for this, guys, because the cringe is gonna be absolutely real. My God. So I hope you guys are ready for this. Oh boy, I'm about to embarrass myself on stream, but I've done that anyways. But Kristen, this is for you. Okay, now people are just turning away after that.
Oh,
God.
what that mass exodus was.
Right? Oh my God. But yeah, there you go. I did it, Pengu. I did it just for you. But anyways, welcome everybody to the Kyle the Pug Podcast Show, episode number 7, where we talk about the hottest sports topics and video game topics all over the world. And we talk about them here on this show, and we're here to discuss some very good topics here tonight. And I'm, of course, Kyle the Pug. That is me, and if you guys didn't know that, then you're probably just seeing this for the first time, or you've probably been living under a rock this whole time. But anyway, Shadow couldn't be here because he's dealing with some personal issues. Yeah, he messaged me a little bit ago saying that, he's got some stuff he's got to deal with on a personal standpoint. But anyways, Mattman said he'll be here since he's in the party, but he's AFK. But Penguinator, who I just mentioned, he's here. You want to say hello to the audience? Just go waddle 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 waddle. There you go. That's basically your thing. Is just waddle waddle waddle. That's the Penguinator way of saying hello. But anyways, yeah, we got some good topics to talk about here today, especially in the sports side. And my God, it was literally the most insane thing I've seen. This is actually one of the most feel-good stories I've seen in sports in a while. And if you guys haven't seen this today, well, there's some highlights, so you guys can definitely go check that out here, like on ESPN or whatnot. So Tiger Woods, his first Masters win since 2005, and I think this is like his first major win since that time. I think, don't quote me on it, but yeah, that was his 5th green jacket, and it was, oh man, absolutely insane. And I got really emotional watching that. Because if you saw right at the end, Tiger literally, he had a moment where he hugged his kid. And it reminded me of 22 years ago when he hugged his father the same way also. And it was pretty emotional moment. It's really high trending on Twitter right now too. So Penguin, I don't know if you saw it, but it was probably one of the better highlights, as of today. And Tiger,
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah,
I was at work all day, so
yeah, they actually aired it early because there were some weather issues going down, and I think they had an encore. So yeah, they had to start at like 9 a.m. Eastern time, so it was like 6 o'clock a.m. Pacific time when they started that. But yeah, they had the encore version, so I think that was like way later, I think. But anyway, so like I said, high trending on Twitter. It was probably, most trending. And honestly, from my point of view on this, I absolutely love golf. What's up, Zombie? How you doing? So I've actually played the sport of golf, like a few times when I was a kid, and that was like right around, elementary school, kind of like through middle school and all that. I played a little. I think the last time I did anything golf related was like, I would believe a few years ago, like somewhere in like Hagen Oaks, somewhere up in Sacramento. That's where I went to the golf course and all that. But anyway, back to the subject. Yeah, back to the subject here on hand. The Tiger win, it got everybody riled up. Golf is now, well, according to most people, I mean, I always know golf has been relevant on my end, but golf has taken its toll, on people to make it more watchable after that happened. Wouldn't you agree, though, somebody big, as Tiger, making a huge, major win after, like, a few number of years. Yeah, since 2005 was when he won in the Masters. And like I said, this is his 5th green jacket, too, which is pretty insane. And he's 4 behind Jack Nicklaus for the most major wins of all time. If he actually catches him, like, if he's actually cleans up his act and gets it together, I feel like he could do something with it. Honestly.
Yeah, he could.
If he passes Jack, he'll be one of the greatest of all. He's going to be one of the greatest of all times. Hands down. Hands down. And I know there's a lot of you guys probably that don't watch golf, honestly, but I mean, for me personally, I definitely enjoy the sport, and it's pretty fun to do once you're like, you go to a nice golf course locally near your area, and you just check out all the nice trees and the bunkers and the water hazards and the fairways and the green and all that. It's honestly, you would have a good time playing golf, though. I know some people don't like playing golf or don't like watching golf because, oh, golf's boring and all that, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I love golf. I love everything about it, and it's just fun. You know, everything about it is just absolutely fun. And like I said, going back to the Tiger moment, when I saw him hug his kid, I actually got emotional on the inside. I was trying so hard not to cry. And everybody and their mother was giving a huge standing ovation for that. And it was just, oh man, it was just absolutely, you know, breathtaking. My emotion level was it just went through the roof. That's what happened. It literally just went through the roof. And like I said, if you're a golf fan, you enjoy, you know, sports moments like that, you know, comeback player of the year. And they actually made a good point, though, on CBS when I was watching it. They were saying, like, oh, why should he stop there? He should definitely keep going, try to win more majors. And I feel like that's what he should be doing. As long as he... Yep. And you could tell by the way he was focused today. Like, especially, like, through the final 5 holes. Which was... Oh, my God. Absolutely... He was just laser focused. Like, there was no stopping the man. Especially on the 16th hole. With that final round, par 3 shot to the green. Oh, man. That's when everybody just went absolutely insane. The new Star Wars trailer has... As You Shook. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, like, coming up later on. Yeah, like I said, Mattman, well, his PSN is in the party, but he's kind of AFK right now, but we're going to talk about a little bit of that here soon, especially the new video game that's coming out, too, so that's going to be a pretty fun topic to discuss, but anyways, yeah, so the whole Tiger Woods thing, it's absolutely, and like I said, it was 10 out of 10 for the final round. I mean, I know I kind of sound biased on this, but you can't write a perfect storybook other than that. You can't get any better. Obviously, with Tiger making that huge I mean, he wasn't even favored to win the Masters at all. There was like some other people like Jordan Spieth and Louis Oosthuizen, and of course Rory McIlroy for one, and honestly, I mean, Tiger's name wasn't even mentioned before the round started. And to have him, you know, prove his haters wrong, his critics wrong, is just... Oh, man. I mean, everybody just got super duper excited about it. And it was just, for me, like, I like feel-good stories. I especially love comeback stories, too, and underdog stories, because I'm a huge fan of those. And it was one of those stories it's going to be talked about for the rest of the year, for sure. And Penguin, you might agree with me on this, but it doesn't matter if you like hate the sport of golf or love the sport of golf. Like, if you don't like sports stories like that, then something's wrong with you, man. I'm telling you, something is literally wrong with you if you don't like stories like that. And honestly, it's just my heart's crying. It's literally crying right now. But it's on the inside. I gotta keep it professional during the show. But anyways, how are you guys doing today? You guys doing good? You guys having fun? If you guys are watching on Twitch, thank you for the support. If you guys are watching on YouTube also, which will be uploaded on demand, thank you guys so much for the support as well. Like I said, drop a like on the video for the Overwatch League analysis. Yeah, I might talk about that next week because there was too many topics to talk about, Venom. Yeah, too many topics, and I want to do that next week. Like, I want to do that next week because I was playing over, which is funny because I was playing Overwatch earlier, and yeah, we were playing with Brother Goofy, and that was honestly pretty fun. It was pretty fun, but yeah, I don't want to go too off topic though. But can he be a guest for that? Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Next week, I got you, my brother. So honestly, we were talking about Tiger Woods though before kind of jumped in on this, but what do you guys think of the audience? What did you guys think of the whole Tiger Woods thing? I want to hear this from you guys, because it is literally the most talked about thing today. At least it's going to be talked about for like the next 24 hours. Maybe, you know, maybe even 48, 72. Maybe for like the next week, it'll be the most talked about thing. And
I think that... No, I was going to let you finish.
No, go ahead. I've been talking about the whole thing.
I was watching when he first came into the PGA, and I've watched him up till now, and he was great when he first came in, and then after what happened between him and his wife, he slumped, which most guys would.
Hey, Amanda, how are you?
And it's actually good that, regardless of what you think of him, he's got a lot of talent for the sport, and it's good that he was able to make that comeback and get another Masters.
Good to see him come out and show that he's still got game. Oh yeah, especially with all the back surgeries he had to go through, the injuries he had to suffered, and honestly, I mean, I'm glad he's back. He's officially back for sure. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good, Amanda. Thank you.
Because that's what I'm saying, like the personal that happened between him and his wife, and then his back surgeries, and I think he had an elbow surgery at one time, or knee surgery. He had some other surgery besides back, but he has actually struggled more than most of the other golfers. And to see, and he kept trying to stay in there, and the one thing I can say about him is that he persevered.
All right, Ben, I'm taking it easy, man.
And he was able to come out with a victory on this one, and and he is a good story of, if you give up, you'll never achieve your goal.
Oh yeah,
and he never gave up. So I'll definitely say that's a good come away with this one, is don't give up on your goals, because if you do, you'll definitely never get them.
Oh yeah, not just for golf though, but just like everything that you do, you know, like sports wise, you know, you got like a career or a dream goal, or you got like a job you're trying to get, obviously. Yeah, just don't give up. That's the whole point of the that was the whole point of the Masters, if you actually think about it, with him getting this 5th green jacket. Just never give up, and don't let the critics get you down. And Tiger showed a prime example of that. All right, so Amanda, I was gonna ask you this. So, if you watch the Masters, I don't know if you watch the Masters or watch golf or not. So yeah, like I said, Tiger Woods, he won 13 under. He basically, what happened was he had a 2-putt to win it, and you know, even if he like did make a bogey, he was gonna win it anyways. And he got the 2-putt, and that was probably the most iconic bogey of his life, because you know, everybody was cheering for him when he won at 13 under. And Amanda, I know you're there. I know you're watching. What did you think of the whole Tiger Woods win? Because for me, like I said, absolutely awesome and very breathtaking. Doesn't matter who you are. And I'll bet you there'll probably be like a ESPY award for that too, one of these days. Like, I would say like right around a couple, what is it, ESPYs? Like a few months from now? Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, he'll definitely be named for like Comeback Player of the Year. Somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, his name will be nominated for sure. So, anywho, let's see what we got here. So we had Tiger Woods here. You guys can talk about it in the audience too if you guys want to mention it to me. I thought it was awesome. I don't watch golf, but you like Tiger Woods regardless of his past. Yeah, like I said, you know, it's all in the past. You know, he's cleaned up his act. He's concentrated on the game of golf, and he's been, you know, he was laser focused, like I said today. I mean, if you like watch even Jim Nantz was saying this earlier, and I think Nick Faldo was also saying it too. Yeah, like he was super laser focused. He just got everything taken care of, and he finished the job. And that's what you're supposed to do in the game of golf. It's just absolutely finish the job. Don't celebrate until it's over. And all that jazz, which basically, you know, that's what he did. And you can't write a better textbook story than that. So
well, the other thing that a lot of people don't realize with golf, especially if they've never played it, is that it's the one game where you're not actually trying to beat your opponent, you're trying to beat the course.
Oh yeah, no question. You're there to have fun and have a good time. You see that, and that's the thing with golf too. You don't think about beating your opponent. You just, you know, just beat the course. That's all you got to do, and that's like the main objective with golf. You just got to beat the course on it, obviously, when it's. And that's the best part about it too, if you really, really think about it, because everybody's like, oh, golf's just about competition. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's not. You're just out there, you know, you're having a good time, even if it's like with friends or you're like doing it competitively and all that. Shadow, thank you for the host, man. Appreciate it. But at the same time, yeah, that's what it was. Everybody was taught that today, even though Tiger, despite his past, you know, he did a. This is gonna be up for like one of the most best sports moments of the year for 2019, hands down.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so it'll be talked about like coming up late December for show. You're over it now? You wanna jump on, Shadow? I can invite you right now if you want. I can invite you right now, my dude. All you gotta do is say the word. You think you can get on? Alright, man. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me do just a quick little pause so I can invite Shadow. I know he's a little late to the show, but, you know, that's okay. You know, sometimes it's better to be late than never. It's okay. We all have our crazy days. We all have our crazy days. Alright, so there we go. Alright. And Matt said he'll be back on in 10 minutes, so that's fine. So, anyway, moving on here. So, I want to talk about some, just some WWE stuff real quick. So, I know that was a thing. You know, last week, we didn't do a show last week because I was watching it was, oh my god, it was literally a 5 to 6 hour WrestleMania show, and I just feel like it just went way too long, but then at the same time, it was very enjoyable, and I'll tell you why it was very enjoyable here in, you know, a couple seconds, but honestly, I feel like, at least I'm not the only one. Yeah, I mean, is PSN's in the party, but, and Penguinator's just there for support as always. Shout out to the Penguin, waddle, waddle, waddle. But, anywho, what'd you guys think of WrestleMania, though? I want to hear your guys. Oh, I don't have to wait too long, then, to figure about Shadow's thoughts of WrestleMania.
Wait, are we already talking about WrestleMania? Boy,
we just started, so...
Okay.
Kofi was amazing, and Kurt Lucia. That was actually everybody's favorite moment of WrestleMania was when Kofi Kingston won the from the New Day, won the WWE title. Okay, hold on, don't stop saying. Oh, you're breaking my concentration. But yeah, the whole Kofi Kingston thing. You couldn't write a better textbook story than. I feel like WWE did an amazing job with having him winning the title. Daniel Bryan, you know, having, you know, relinquish it and all that. I know he's a good guy though, and obviously he's, you know, in real life they're pretty good boys in real life, but you know, the storyline and all that. The Bootios, oh my god, it's a cactus. I can't talk about it because I stopped watching it a long time ago. So it's all about show, not fight. I mean, people do get hurt though. I mean, I know it's all scripted, but there are some moments where people do get hurt. There's another mini pay-per-view right now. I'll catch it before I'll go to bed. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I got you, Matt. I got you. But what's up, Ray? How you doing, man? So, anyway, so I feel like everybody's favorite moment out of WrestleMania 35 was the Kofi Kingston winning the WWE Championship. I mean, yeah, after that moment, like, everybody just got bored over there just watching all the matches and all that. even the women's main event ending, it was just like, what the hell just happened? Like, that was the most weird anticlimactic ending I've ever seen in my life. That was the best match of recent. Oh yeah, it'll be like match of the year for sure, Matt, hands down.
Yeah.
But Shadow, I'm so glad you came in at the right moment. I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
I really did. I am. I'm a lot calm now.
Sweet. See, and as long as you're here, that's all that matters. You're supporting the Pug fan. What did you think of WrestleMania personally?
Well, first of all, that show is getting an 8.5 out of 10. First of all. And second of all, that match that you mentioned with Kofi and Bryan, it was amazing. I loved it a lot. 11 years it took for him to get that title opportunity. Not only was this his very first, but the fact that he won it, and he's now a Grand Slam champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there was a pretty good question I was going to ask. And this is for everybody.
Shoot it.
Including the chat. Which celebration do you think was better? Was it Kofi's or Daniel Bryan's?
That is actually not a bad question. I would probably say
pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good though. That's kind of a tough call. That's kind of a tough call, honestly.
I didn't think about it until now as you were speaking.
That's a good point. Honestly, I would. Oh man.
He overcame all odds. He won both titles.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did he win both titles, but he had to wrestle in 2 matches that night, taking out 3 men.
That is true. He took out 3 men to win, and yeah, you can't really beat that either. I mean, honestly, Kofi's story is kind of like a reminder of that, the underdog story, and it was pretty cool though. But everybody's, I think his favorite ending was the Seth Rollins ending, honestly.
If you think about it, the funny thing about it is that
Lampard, thank you for the follow, man.
Daniel Bryan defeated Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
The whole Evolution. Every single one.
If you really think about it, I don't think nobody pointed that out either.
I'm pretty sure somebody did. I don't remember who it was, but thank you for the reminder, though. That is actually. But how about the Seth Rollins match? How about the Seth Rollins match? That match, I mean, it was kind of obvious that he was gonna win, but nobody thought that match was gonna be first. And honestly,
it had to be pretty quick.
Oh, when he kicked him right in the nuts when the referee went down, you knew that was gonna happen.
And then 3 stomps, and then for the win?
Yeah, that's how you win it for the boys. Just kick somebody in the nuts and stomp on their head.
And you know what? You know what I was gonna say?
Hmm.
I think if you needed a game plan against Brock Lesnar, beat him quickly. Because if you think about it, all of Brock Lesnar losses are quick. Goldberg did 2 moves. Roman Reigns did 2 or 3 moves back in SummerSlam of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rollins, he did 4 moves.
Yeah.
So is that the weakness of Lesnar? Just
if you beat him quick,
4 moves. That's it.
I guess
is that Brock Lesnar's weakness?
I guess if you put it that way, I mean, hey, why not, right?
Just beat him quickly. That's
as Ric Flair would say, he is the dirtiest player in the game. Woo!
Yeah.
But
haven't you guys noticed that though? All his losses were quick.
Yeah, I have noticed that going back throughout the years as well, just watching, his losses after. Yeah, just like if the longer the match, I think the more advantage that Lesnar. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be there, at least for quite some time after,
Back in 2012, you remember that Extreme Rules match that Cena and Lesnar had? Cena only did like 2 or 3 moves.
Mm-hmm.
He beat him.
Yeah, and everybody wanted to look like, that Lesnar's such a big, powerful badass, kicking his ass and all that, and blah blah blah.
And then he loses the match by, chain to the face, and then an AA on the steps. Like,
honestly, the last time I watched WWE was when Raven dude destroyed Seth Rollins. Wait, Raven? What? Raven was like, that was like old. I think you got the time errors mixed up.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about somebody else? I think you might be talking about somebody else. I don't know. But anyway,
yeah, moving on.
I was gonna. So basically, I was going to discuss the most anticlimactic ending of all time, and oh my god, I saw this ending for WrestleMania 35. I'm just like, they're really just gonna end it on a controversy like that? Oh my god. Yeah, Becky Lynch won both titles. But
it was a clean pin.
It was, but honestly, I just felt like the ending could have been so much better. It's just like, what?
People expected the disarmer on Ronda. That's what people wanted it to be.
Yeah, but then everybody was, and then Ronda was claiming like, oh, she had her shoulder up when she was getting pinned, and honestly, I know it's gonna spread some controversy. I know it kind of still is, kind of, but I mean, it was just too anticlimactic. That's why I give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like the ending could have been so much better.
Did you hear the behind-the-scenes stuff about WrestleMania? There were 2 incidents.
I noticed a couple, but I haven't had the chance to check them out, honestly.
The first one being Sasha Banks being really upset.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard about that.
I remember seeing it in a video that she wasn't there on Raw with her
Monday.
Best BFF forever from San Jose.
Yeah, because she wanted to leave because she was upset about something. I forgot what it was.
I heard one was like a family emergency, and then the other thing was like something else, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean,
the second incident was... Okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were going to talk about the second incident.
Is when Lesnar lost the title, he left to Las Vegas right after.
Yeah, he just went to Vegas to just work on his UFC career. That's basically
he literally left after that match, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how are you gonna leave right away? I mean, then again, why would you stick around?
I mean, he wasn't gonna stick around, anyways, obviously, due to that fact that, he's gonna work on the UFC career thing, and that was the whole talk behind that for quite some time. Is Lesnar actually gonna leave? Is he gonna stay? Leave, stay, leave, stay, leave, stay, but WWE's thrown they throw absolute change-ups and curveballs at you. It's just at the same time you don't know what you're gonna expect out of them. You think they're gonna do one thing, but then at the same time they're gonna do something else. It's just. Oh, you meant Sting. Okay, yeah, you saw the. Okay, that's what you saw. Okay, I was like Raven. Raven was a dude way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, you kind of got the time errors mixed up. But
yeah, Rollins retired Sting because of that. What was it? The power bomb to the buckle on the thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Stuff, and he retired because of that. And it was at a night at Champions too.
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces of that a long time ago.
Yeah. You can kind of say that Rollins retired him, which kind of sucks, but oh well.
Well, you gotta make room for the younger guys. I mean, speaking of, legends, how about the Undertaker showing up on Monday Night Raw?
Awesome.
What's up, Adam? How you doing?
The one thing that I did find odd is that he didn't have a shirt on.
I mean, the Taker losing his hair on this front and the top part of this front of his head. I mean, that just looked. That's how you know he's getting old, if he's losing all of his hair. But
he is mid-50s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, against Elias out of all people. I mean, he's not retired yet, but I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Honestly, not much. He just got out of work. Nice. He's back on the working grind. That means you're feeling better.
He's going just as far as Goldust is, because I think Goldust is 60.
Wait, Goldust is 60? Really? Hold on, I gotta see. I gotta check that, honestly.
Yeah, because Goldust was still wrestling a year or two ago, and he was in his 60s or late 50s.
Hold on, let me check something. Goldust age. Dude, that's insane. I thought. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Matt Man's back. He is 50 years old. Goldust is 50.
Oh, he's still 50?
Yeah, he's 50.
He's playing catch with Alex.
You're playing catch with that. Aw, having a father-son moment.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Hey. That's
Yeah,
adorable.
He's like,
yeah. Goldust is 50.
Dude, he's got a heck of a arm too. He's gonna play
Goldust looks
baseball.
like he's 60 though.
He's gonna play baseball for your.
Angels.
No.
Or if his mommy has his way, he'll Minnesota Twins. Here you go.
No.
Yo, if your son played for the Angels, how proud would you be?
Very.
And also, you bought World War Z. It comes out April 16th. It's a spiritual success. Oh, nice. That's how, yeah, that actually does look good though.
It looks insane.
Don't mind me. You're
insane
just
for a
working on
zombie
your
map.
book. No, you're fine, Ray. You're fine.
Also, Days Gone also comes out this month.
I was thinking about that, and I'm kind of on the fence with it.
Days Gone?
Yeah, at first it looked pretty good. Kind of like it's like World War Z. I don't know. Harley Racer. I don't know.
So we have like 2 zombie games coming out, which is crazy.
The zombie craze is real.
All right, so yeah, back to the subject here. We were talking with Shadow about this. Matt, your thoughts on WrestleMania? Go.
Yep.
Very good. Very good, with the exception of seeing Kurt Angle get beat by a noob like Baron Corbin. But other than that,
I mean, honestly,
that's just, he's trying to put him over because he likes him. That's probably what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants to put him over. That's the whole thing behind that.
Yeah, but nobody likes Corbin, and he brings ratings down.
Oh, that's awesome, Adam. That's awesome.
I think it's just because of the fact that it's like that's what they've sensed. They figure Kurt's thinking, you got potential. He's a pretty good wrestler though. But in the long run, WWE is sports entertainment. It's not about the wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, wrestler's a dirty word to Vince McMahon now. If you use that word, actually, I heard somebody got fired recently for using the term wrestler instead of sports entertainment. I don't remember the whole story behind it, but some writer got fired, I think, for using the term wrestler, and then Vince got pissed at him.
Or Road Dogg left the WWE, but he didn't get fired. He just voluntarily left after being elected in the Hall of Fame.
But yeah, I was going to talk about the Kurt Angle match too. Yeah, I mean, everybody was like butthurt and upset with that. And then, yeah, like I said, so many people can get toxic, over the stupidest stuff that happens, like with WWE's
Yeah, but what was
decision.
hilarious the next night on Raw, Kurt Angle,
he just gave him the angle. Yeah, and then he got taken out by some other giant guy, forgot his name.
Lars Sullivan.
Which reminds me, I do want to talk about the shakeup.
Yeah,
Lars
you were
Sullivan,
talking about...
though, they're trying to put him over by him, crush every legend that walks in the building. He crushed the Hardys, and he crushed Kurt Angle. So.
Yeah, he took out the Hardys as well on SmackDown.
GG's to the Hardys on their 8th tag team championship.
Yes.
After wrestling got scripted more and wasn't freelance, as WWE never watched it again. Yeah, I mean,
The Hardys have always been one of my favorite tag
I've actually
teams
been to one of the events before. What's up, Gas?
Me too.
It's
coming to Sacramento for the Golden One Center. SmackDown is, so I'm Kyle the Pug.
You gonna be there?
I'm hoping to. I'm gonna see what tickets are. Pre-sales are on right now, so I'm gonna check out how much they are.
Ooh.
They're coming to Stockton Arena too, which it's probably a little more feasible, Kyle.
It's a little more cheaper. It's a little more cheaper.
Oh, the Stockton Arena? I might see how much that is too. They might be for oh God, Alex. I'm gonna see how much they are while you guys are discussing. He's getting psycho right now. That's all.
He's antsy. He wants his food.
Right. Well, he had a grilled cheese sandwich. Though. He's good. That's why he's so wild. He's happy.
You know what I wanted to talk about when it came to both Raw and SmackDown? Why out of all women, why Lacey Evans attacking Becky? Why?
Because nobody likes the fact she's interrupting everyone. They want Becky to kick her ass.
She's gonna pretty much job to Becky, more than likely.
Really, like Becky's gonna kill you.
Becky.
Wait for that chant.
However, she can throw a punch. Like, damn. Like on SmackDown?
Jeez, man. She like Achilles punched her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
Winning 2 titles because you now have a big giant target on your back by multiple winners.
Oh damn!
Like being a dual champion is cool and all, but you have a giant target on your back.
Becky 2 belts.
Yeah. Becky 2 belts. There it is.
Becky.
2 belts.
Becky. No, but to answer to kind of elaborate on your question, I did like Kofi was extreme. I mean, Kyle and I were texting that, or not texting, we were DMing back and forth, going, "Oh my god, this match! Oh my god!"
Yeah, this match was great.
Was so good.
Mama Pug join in?
The match was even uploaded to YouTube, and I watched it before it got taken down or blocked.
Even though she walks by the stream almost every 5 minutes.
almost every 5 minutes.
Oh, man, I have to ask you this question.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Which celebration do you think was better? Daniel Bryan back in 2014 or this?
Kofi, hands down.
You sure?
Yeah, Kofi Kingston had the most electric pop of the entire night, like electric. And by the way, Becky Lynch did. Becky Lynch did. No.
Oh yeah, Kyle, you never told me which one.
Who? Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle never told me. He told me that it was a hard decision.
Oh, yeah. I probably would say Kofi, honestly.
Because of the... He actually clarified when he went on a radio station and said, guys like us on SmackDown, Bully Ray on his not podcast, but his SiriusXM show, he was actually asked him point blank, like, what did you mean by you said guys like us? And Kofi Kingston went out and elaborated by saying it's everything you're thinking of. It could be small guys like us, tag team wrestlers like us, African Americans like us. I mean, he said he basically hit on every single point of that, saying, that's what I meant. I wanted to tell everybody who didn't think that they were worth anything and that their bosses always tell them, you're not worth anything, to go, no, you are worth something. You can show them up and show them, I guess I can.
Well, yeah, Kofi proved it that night.
It's like the Yes Movement 2.0 in another way.
Yeah.
But it was more better written, I think, if you think about it.
Yes, that was probably storyline-wise the best one you could have written. I mean, everybody, even in the expert, like, former wrestlers were saying that was an amazing storyline. And people were actually, like, tough, badass wrestlers went on record saying, I literally teared up when I saw Kofi get the championship. And they said they never tear up at pretty much anything.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's what everybody said that, too. Everybody and their mother said that. You're not worth anything, brother.
I'm not gonna lie.
By far, that was one of the better written ones of WrestleMania. I mean, they had something with the triple threat with Becky and Charlotte and Ronda, but then it's like they kind of doused water on Becky and that whole entire feud. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot on that whole entire thing.
And plus, I was talking about the ending. The ending for it too was just so anticlimactic.
Oh, and you know what though? The funny thing is, they were saying that was the way it was planned. No one botched anything. Nobody yelled at the referee saying you did a wrong thing or whatever. What they was supposed to be wrong.
I mean,
you are wrong. But
I mean, if that was planned, kudos to them. But to me, though, it just seemed way too anticlimactic.
It was really bad.
Yeah, it was just bad.
Now the question is, did they get their rematch clause or no?
Well, yeah. If you think about it, though,
obviously,
the finish to that, pretty much, Becky could have been super mega over if she was able to tap out Ronda Rousey, because she said, "I'm going to make both those women tap out." Of course, you can't do that, but
obviously,
at least get one of them to tap out. But
yeah,
I think
people wanted it to be Ronda.
Ronda is too prideful to say, "I'm going to tap out." That probably would have hurt her in the long run, anyways. But
it will.
I think, actually, in that entire match, Ronda Rousey actually broke her hand. So I mean. If anything, she could sell that when if she ever comes back after, like, if she has a baby and comes back, she can say, hey, you know what? First of all, I got the 2 count. I didn't get a proper 3 count. And secondly, there was no way I could have kicked out anyways. My hand was broken. Something like that. It gives like a pity thing on her.
It is staged, Adam, but you can't get hurt, though. But you can't get hurt.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, let's put it this way. Adam, it's scripted, but the impact that it makes on your body is absolutely real. They don't hold back, and you've seen these knife edge chops. You try knife edge chopping yourself and someone in the chest, it's gonna turn red and hurt like hell. Trust me.
Like, why do you think wrestlers get injured? For example, Big E, torn meniscus.
Yeah, he was doing the splits. Only thing is real is underground cage fight. Well, it's not just underground cage fighting MMA, but you can put boxing in there too. You can add that also. Everybody gets hurt.
Becky Lynch getting a broken freaking face from Nia Jax, big old ham hands punching her in the face.
Oh, I remember that.
She was bleeding out of her face, and then people were like, "Oh my god!" Just like Attitude Era stuff.
Yeah, but you could tell by the look on her face that she didn't care. Obviously.
No, that was a stone cold moment. Yeah. That's something that they really pissed the bed on. They could have seriously
she's pretty much
jumped on that.
The female version of it.
That's what they're trying to sell you on, but I think the way she's been acting, though, it really hasn't really been Stone Cold. That's because the way how she backs down, like when she got punched by Lacey Evans, she kind of like flinched there, like, oh, selling the knockout. I'm like, come on, dude, Stone Cold, you got punched by some dude like that.
Vibes. Why is Kevin Owens doing the stunner all of a sudden?
He actually got the okay from Stone Cold to use it too. But Stone Cold was totally trolling him, saying, "I never gave you the permission to use that."
It's because
like,
you know you're watching a show, but it's not like you feel for the.
No, he still uses it.
Yeah, I know, but like I said, you know, it's
yeah.
I know it's all sports entertainment, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, if there's like one wrong move, like if you get botched something completely, or any just kind of you know, if somebody just hits you in a place where it'll hurt, yeah, it'll definitely hurt.
Yeah, well.
It's super, yeah, the impact it
Why
makes
do you
in your
think
body.
chair shots to the head are illegal now?
Yeah, well, they're no longer illegal. They're just right to the back.
Concussions, yeah.
Yeah, especially the concussions, especially the concussions.
Daniel Bryan knows that. Shoot.
Yeah, he knows that very well.
What does he have, like 50 concussions he's had in his career? My gosh.
Yeah, plus that neck injury. He was gone for like 3 years, and then he comes back.
Oh my gosh!
And now he's competing.
Feels bad for speaking of neck injuries for Tommaso Ciampa. Had to relinquish the NXT Championship, but dude, you want to talk about amazing matches?
Johnny
NXT
Gargano.
Takeover. Oof, Gargano and Adam Cole, baby. That was a match.
Person.
Oh my god, that third fall was oh my god, 2 or 3 falls. The third fall match was absolutely insane. The back and forth they had like about 30 false finishers. It was so intense. But
hey,
dude, GG to
Gargano has it now.
Johnny Champion now. Instead of Johnny Wrestling, it's now Johnny Champion. He's finally won the NXT Championship. GG's to him.
I'm surprised that they're keeping him down there. He's proven that he can be up in the main roster now.
I am super happy though that Aleister Black and Ricochet are finally on the main roster. I'm looking forward to what they do with them. But
I'm surprised that they formed them into a tag team. I thought they would be separated.
Yeah, that's what they're probably starting it that way, and then I would think at some point maybe Aleister Black. I mean, he's been a heel I haven't seen on the NXT, but he could get a really believable heel the way he is.
Yeah, he sounds edgy, which I like.
Yeah. He's kind of like it's like, people think he's like The Undertaker, but it's like, no, I think he's a little bit better. The entrance is epic like The Undertaker, but he's not Undertaker.
I don't know about that, honestly.
The entrance, I think, alone is like, it's pretty intense. I like it. I like the way he does where he ascends from like the darkness. It's like this, he's not like the dead man, but he just ascends as like I guess he says he's the demon's servant or whatever. I don't know how they call it, but he's kind of been like, they've kind of taken that mystique since he's called up to the main roster, I think. By the way, Taker on Raw, dude.
We were just talking about that a little bit ago.
That was intense. I like how Elias sold that scary face. Like he said, you come in under my rap, you're gonna be a dead man. Like bong. It's like
no, whoever interrupts me is a dead man. And then bong.
I just feel that meme.
And there it is, Chad. That's what it is. He did.
He said he just played himself.
Dude, I kind of like how they did this though. A lot of SmackDown and Raw superstars are going on different brands before the shake-up, just like shaking up immediately. Like Braun Strowman being on SmackDown.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre on SmackDown.
Yeah. Do we have any predictions for the superstar shake-up, which is tomorrow? Like which big names are going to the other rosters?
Well, McIntyre and Strowman seem to be going on SmackDown, but I don't know.
I feel like of all the ones, the one who's been complaining the most, the most, I should say.
The Moch.
Here's a guy who can't speak clear words. I understand that.
I'm glad you did, George.
I think Sasha Banks is going to get demoted to I hate saying that because SmackDown's a good show, but she's going to get thrown to SmackDown, I think.
Everybody says, "Oh, SmackDown's the B show, the blue brand," but I feel like it has better storylines than even.
It has a lot of good wrestling, really good wrestling. It really does.
Oh, did you guys see that off-air segment where the Shield said goodbye to Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, Dean's he's got to be. I think he's done. I think they've been throwing him a big chunk of change, but he just said, "No, I'm done, fam. I'm done."
Yeah.
He
might.
It's
like plot twist. He's on SmackDown.
I know, right?
Plot twist.
People keep saying he's going to AEW, but I'm like, nah, I don't think he is. I think he's going to take a little bit of a break. I mean, to be fair though, I think they could have done Dean Ambrose wrong, but they figure out of respect for his wife,
Renee Young.
Renee Young, that I think they figured,
did you guys hear about what Bobby Lashley said in that one segment? I'll make sure I'll take good care of your wife for you. And then everybody,
that was messed up.
Ambrose is like, all right, I'm about to beat your little ass. Come on.
I'm gonna kick your ass. It's a beautiful day to kick your ass, but
it's a beautiful day to kick your ass.
Bring in Mr. Rogers from the Simpsons.
Won't you be my victim?
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, GG's, rip.
But
Mr. Rogers. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus the whole thing was they were gonna put the winner take all Universal title versus WWE title on Raw, but then it was like, no, it's way too predictable because, well, it wasn't just that. They were holding the SmackDown celebration for Kobe. I was like, no, they're not gonna do like an actual. I mean, they did do the actual match, which go back to your point, was stopped by the bar.
I feel like that was kind of like, of all people, why them? Maybe like it would have made more sense if you had a guy like Drew McIntyre, who's been like vying to be in the main event, have him come over there and say like, just come in there and start beating the hell out of the two of them to get more heat on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, I don't know who his tag team partner would be, but I would think they could figure out something. But just have him and another guy there.
Both Kofi and Seth can really work well as a team.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
I wonder.
Looks pretty good.
What are they going to do with the New Day now that Big E's on the shelf, though?
I don't know.
I mean, you think they might? Well, I don't think they do this, but do you think it'd be
Xavier heel?
No, I mean, if Xavier one of the two gets thrown over to like Raw or SmackDown, like one of the predictions on WWE's website is they predicted Xavier Woods to be moved to Raw. And I'm like, really? I don't think that would be smart.
New Day like that?
That wouldn't make any sense because that's
everybody would be so salty though. Everybody would be so salty.
That's an enormous cash cow. You can't do that. You cannot do that to one of the hottest factions in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
just
do that.
Because Big E goes down on an injury, you're gonna separate both Xavier Woods and Kofi.
There's no way they do that.
Just to leave Kofi fend for himself, just because he's champion.
They wouldn't do something like that, obviously.
Or I could see them turning Xavier Woods heel or something. Maybe turn on Kofi.
Even if they did turn him heel, no, I don't. Fans of people would be even more salty if that happened.
Yeah,
hey, it's WWE. They'll do it.
Well, yeah. We're about listening to the people and the fans. Or they just do a complete 180.
Maybe they'll turn Kofi heel, and he's a heel champion.
That's too risky.
Too risky. Too risky for the business.
But who would be the first challenger? I know Daniel Bryan gets his rematch, but
the Batman.
The Batman.
There you go. I'm ready. Let's go. I've done some backyard wrestling. I could take him.
Backyard wrestling.
I wouldn't be as high flyer as him.
But
I know the People's Elbow. I know Rock Bottom. Bam. My boy The Rock.
What would Bill Clinton's special move be?
The finger.
I'll do something with that finger. I like the finger. Okay, Bill, that's not what we said.
I call it's the melon masher. The melon masher. Oh my god.
The melon masher. Oh my god.
Wow.
Jesus, Bill's a crazy man. But anyways, I wanna move on here to some more sports. And there was a playoffs. There's a certain sport playoff that did start.
Playoffs.
Ooh. We're talking about playoffs, man. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? Are you kidding? Excuse me.
Actually, 2 playoffs are going on, but we don't really talk about hockey, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean you talk about hockey?
What do you mean, man? What do you mean?
We've never mentioned hockey once.
Dude, I
a long time ago.
Are you kidding me?
A long time ago, Cowboy Nick, God bless his soul, he would be the guy to go to for hockey. With Stockton,
dude. Cowboy Nick is a freaking legend now. Bam.
Yeah, God bless his soul. God bless his soul.
Nick, you are my man. You are the man, bro.
The late Cowboy Nick.
I never knew him, but I would like him. Boom.
I never knew him either, but I would like him.
You guys would like Nick, honestly.
Nick.
I want to see. The one question I would want to ask Cowboy Nick if he was still around.
Mm-hmm.
How mad was he in that 2012 NLCS where we came back from that 3-1 deficit? How mad would he be, Kyle?
Yeah, I saw a couple of games with him too when I was spending time with him and his uncle. He was pretty salty.
Damn.
That 9-0 victory in Game 7.
Rip.
Boy, it's like when it was raining that night, the floodgates were opening for us.
When it was raining, oh god, here come the
horrible
puns.
That was so evil.
That was evil.
So
honestly.
evil sounding. He's like, I'm like, okay.
Are you sounding like
and
an
then
evil?
we destroyed the Tigers 4-0.
Evil
People
Empire.
thought that we were going to get destroyed.
Penguin is.
I don't know why people thought that the Tigers were going to destroy us. Boy, was that wrong. Whoever thought that was high.
They had Miguel Cabrera. Of course they thought you were going to kill you. And Justin Verlander. Of course they thought they were.
Yeah, but look what happened in Game 4 where Jeremy Altel struck out the heart of the order.
Yeah. You blame me? You look at the team. Everyone's going to pick them. But the Giants were exactly the underdog because the Tigers had like a loaded team. The Giants has had a bunch of guys who were bench warmers that were actually playing extremely well. And then some guys that were homegrown that
My
were
face
playing
is really bright
well.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
turned the Tigers into a joke.
And the computer.
Laughing in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, experts, you think about it, when the Angels won the World Series, everybody was calling the Giants to sweep them. I mean, all days were like, oh, this team has no chance, the Giants are too good, they got Barry, and then what happened? 7 games, done.
Yeah,
Magic
done.
Done.
But unlike the Tigers, we actually won games.
Oh, damn.
Alright.
But anyways, that's not the playoffs. But that's not the playoffs we're talking about. We're talking about the NBA playoffs.
We're talking about basketball.
I haven't been watching it. I'm still sad about the Kings. I'll get to that whenever we get to that. Oh my god.
Maybe next year, man. They just
probably not next year.
Speaking of the Kings, how do you feel about Luke Walton signing with the Kings as your new head coach?
Ooh.
Oh Jesus! Are you freaking kidding me?
He actually.
Come on!
There is a lot of mixed emotions, though. I guess you're on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
No, God.
Don't lose hope, man. Don't lose hope.
Well, I hate getting the sloppy seconds of the Lakers, but I feel like Luke Walton would probably be in a better spot with the Kings because GG's to the former coach Yeager. He did an excellent job making the Kings way better than everyone thought they would this last year.
We get a GG in the chat.
I think ultimately though it is a smart move. Luke Walton is he's got potential to be a really good coach.
Looks like I have a mask on. You're just wondering when the next football season begins. That's in September, right?
Yeah, Luke Walton got a pretty crappy set of having LeBron James and that second-rate, roster to go with him. But these guys got just a mixture of a lot of young talent, and I really think that Luke would be good for them. So I'm not going to say it's a terrible signing. I was just being a typical Kings fan going, "Oh, a former Laker, ew." But terrible signing. We had a former Laker as our GM too, so Vlade got an extension.
Tried Phoenix Wright games. It's only been Nintendo exclusive for a while, but a trilogy release. Would I play it sometime? I was never into those games, but maybe one day if I wanted to try something new. But anyways,
I honestly, to kind of follow up on your thing though, I think honestly he got a bad rap in LA. Honestly, people keep saying, "Oh my God, you can't coach a team like a team cancer." I'm like, "Oh my God, shut up." The only reason why he didn't succeed in LA is because of LeBron James. LeBron James is the reason why he got fired because LeBron owns everyone. That's why Magic resigned. He's sick and tired of that drama, so he's like, "I'm out. I'm gonna go with the Dodgers, the team that I can actually not have cancer on." So in all essence, yeah, it's a good signing. I think it's not terrible. They could have done worse, but they actually were talking to Ettore Messina from the Spurs, the assistant coach for them, and then they settled on with Luke Walton. So I think it's a good move. But he really does well with young rosters. I think, but he just got a bad rap. No, he's not. He succeeded very well with Golden State too. So he's not a terrible coach. So I think, in summary, I like it. I like the signing. It's very promising.
Plus, you gotta be optimistic,
I love it. That went from like, are you freaking kidding me to it's not bad. It's not bad.
No, it was a total troll job. I was actually joking.
I know.
It's because he's a former Laker and a former Lakers coach.
Here's a guy likes a troll.
I made a left turn right here. How about your Lakers? The Lakers are interviewing Juwan Howard to be their coach.
Honestly, since the whole Phil Jackson dynasty, I just lost all hope for the coaching spot.
They might call him back. They say, "Hey, you know, we'll pay you about $2 trillion to coach us again." And he'd be like, "I can't do it."
That's why the Clippers are a better team.
Oh my gosh.
Who are the Clippers?
Yeah, who are the Clippers?
Here's a guy who doesn't know who the Clippers are. You know, there's a team that's in Anaheim that calls himself LA like the Angels do, and okay, Bill.
That's not Bill. That's not Bill. That's John Madden.
I understand that. I'm right here.
JM, calm down, JM.
I'm here. No, but yeah. What was the last thing we were talking about? I'm still thinking about the Kings. I'm trying to recover from that rant I went on before I was complimenting it. No, GG's to the Bucks. So they absolutely beat the tar out of the Pistons today.
Yeah, like, 121 to 86.
Yeah, oof. I actually have the scores pulled up too. I'm like watching.
That's a major oof. Ouch.
Yeah. The Warriors won against the Clippers. That was expected. How about the Spurs beating the Nuggets though yesterday?
Oh, that was great.
The Magic.
The Spurs are just so good, man.
Orlando's
Every
up
year they just come
1-0. Orlando's up 1-0 after they beat Toronto, which
Houston's
I think
up by 5.
Yeah, I think Toronto.
Should we make predictions on who's going to move on?
But Toronto. Isn't Toronto like the number 2 seed?
Sorry, trying to recover from that comment.
I'm trying to think if the
Kings. No. Go on, Kyle. Sorry.
No, aren't the Raptors like the number 2 seed? I think.
Don't start a fight, Kyle.
I will not start a fight.
The Raptors are actually a 2 seed. Yeah.
The
Magic barely beat them yesterday, dude. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. It was pretty awesome, and I like upset stories. And like I said,
DJ Augustine though, he had a hell of a fourth quarter though. Oh, yeah? Actually no, he had the entire game. I should say 25 points and he hit the game winner. GG.
Yeah, just like D'Angelo Russell did against your Kings in the regular season, but we're not going to talk about that.
Upset stories.
You know that, man. I have been hoping that D'Angelo Russell has his little his ankle broken in the playoffs.
Whoa,
he actually had 26 points in his debut, though. Wow. He's a liker. I can hate on him if I want to. You little noob! Show up for the Kings. Hey, you know what, D'Angelo? We made you a star. The end.
we made you a star.
Yeah, You're welcome, sir.
We made you in Sacramento.
The Lakers ruined you, and we made you. I don't care what Brooklyn says. Yeah, he had 26 points in his. He gave him confidence, though. Shoot, he had 40 points against the Kings in a win. Mm-hmm. So now he's got that confidence, that swagger going into the playoffs. So you're welcome, D'Angelo. Checks in the mail.
Checks in the mail. You want to come play with us? I got you. The Rockets are up by 10 now. 141 left in the first quarter. I would say your checks at
the front office.
Against the Utah Jazz.
Go ask Vlade for it.
I mean, honestly, seeing Vlade as like the head behind the GM behind Sacramento is just kind of mind-boggling. But at the same time,
he actually got elected to the Hall of Fame too.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't shock me at all.
Hall of Famer. GG.
Doesn't shock me at all, one bit. But yeah, GG's.
Yep.
But anyways, the Clippers and the Warriors play each other 7:30 tomorrow. So Shadow, you better have that. Time set or your alarm for that.
West Coast time.
West Coast time.
Oh,
7:30 Pacific.
They're gonna get destroyed fast.
And then all of a sudden it just happens. It's the other way around, and then we go back to LA tied 1-1. Oh, the chances of that.
Did we ever? If we have a random topic, we gotta get into Ancient Evil on your podcast. I don't know if we ever got into that.
I thought we did 2 weeks ago.
Of it.
I think
did we really?
Yeah, I think we did 2 weeks ago.
About when it came out.
Yeah, we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
All right, never mind. Sorry, I'm just super excited about the.
I like the map.
Next season of it.
It's beautiful.
It's a very beautiful map, honestly.
It's rare that I play zombies, but it's beautiful. I liked it.
Just kind of end the subject on that one, just so we get back on topic. I'm kind of perplexed how it is that in the intro cutscene, Shaw scooped up that little the delusional green water they were sniffing up the vapors from, and he never really utilized it in the Easter egg. So I'm kind of like, why? What's the point of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but anyways, that's just
interesting.
Sorry for the water in the background, by the way.
That's all good. It's not that bad.
Okay. I was drinking some water, by the way, but
Sorry, back on topic.
Anyway, who do you guys think will be going to the NBA Finals? I want to hear some predictions. I know.
Warriors. Of course.
That guy has a lot of bias.
Pretty much. When it comes to basketball, pretty much.
And baseball too. Let's not forget that.
No, not in baseball. Hey. I literally just said that the Giants are not reaching the playoffs.
I thought
shut up, Kyle.
No, I literally thought you were gonna say I literally thought you said the Giants for a second.
Giants.
I literally thought you said the Giants for a second.
That. You know,
I'm joking. I'm joking, obviously.
Damn. Here's a guy making fun of the Giants.
However, I am hoping that they have a winning record. That's all I'm asking.
And that they get a lot of good prospects for your boy, Baumgartner.
Okay. I'm gonna say 82 and 80.
Who's coming out of the Eastern Conference then? In this case.
All right, Warriors versus who?
I want to say Milwaukee just for a bold prediction.
Milwaukee and Golden State.
That would be an interesting matchup. Thinking about it.
Greek Freak is my father-in-law absolutely loves that guy. Obviously, he's got some bias because he is full Greek, so obviously he has the bias towards him. He absolutely loves the guy. Oh my gosh.
Well, this is in the Eastern.
It's because I'm gonna be biased in the East because I'm pulling for them. Just because they've never had a championship for a long time.
It's always been the West.
They haven't had a championship run in a long time. Milwaukee, I hope goes in the East. I really hope they do.
I think Milwaukee and Golden State might be the matchup.
As a secondary, if Milwaukee doesn't make it, no, I'm not picking the Nets. Screw you, D'Angelo.
Yeah, I don't see the Nets are a lost cause.
I don't know. I don't feel like the Raptors could do it. I don't feel like they could get it to the championship. I mean, they don't have LeBron blocking them now.
It's a 4-0 sweep.
The whole East is unpredictable.
It really is.
Yeah, it's unpredictable.
Okay, I'll stick with Milwaukee then. Also, Milwaukee.
If the Raptors do reach the finals, it's going to be a 4-0 sweep in Golden State's favor. Easily.
Oh my gosh.
Unless it'll be a lucky win that the Dodgers had against the Red Sox.
Let me think about my my Western Conference while you guys make a pick. I really gotta think about this one. It's really tough on the West.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle.
I think if you're talking about the Eastern Conference, as much as it pains for me to say it, like if it's not gonna be Milwaukee, then I feel like Boston would probably have a better chance.
You know what? I looked at them and I said, I might pick them as a dark horse to win too, to get to the Eastern Conference.
I could see Boston reaching the finals.
Kyrie doesn't have LeBron blocking him anymore, so that's
it's
very
either
possible.
Boston or Milwaukee against the Warriors in the finals.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
No Penguin Charlotte's not in the playoffs. We can pick them.
No Penguin. Calm down.
Easy with the Hornets.
Yeah, easy.
You gotta calm down there, Penguin.
Sit down and keep playing Black Ops 4.
What's up, Bob? How was
or Fortnite?
Your ass.
How was how was Desmond from Austin, Texas? Desmond? Wait, which Desmond are you talking about?
Assassin's Creed Desmond?
Wait, what? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea.
But Penguin, though, do you have a pick for the Eastern Conference? Or are you not really interested because the Hornets are not in it?
Yeah, he's not
Actually,
interested.
I was just joking about the Hornets.
Okay. All right. I'm like, I know you're joking, but I'm like, are you salty because they're not in it or something? Or
the one thing that I do like about the Hornets is the color scheme.
I haven't I've been working so much. I haven't really paid attention to the NBA right now.
You know what? I'm kind of there with you. I mean, I've been here and there, but I haven't really got a chance to really divulge into the season as much.
I just look at what it is and just say it.
Well, I haven't seen Houston play yet. They're playing tonight, but I really haven't got a chance to actually see them play. So I can't really see if they're going to make it out of the West.
I could see them advancing.
I mean, if they have a date with the Warriors, I don't see them beating the Warriors. I can't see it.
I think honestly, Golden State's gonna repeat this year, no matter who they play.
Golden State's got their number, I swear. I think the only team that probably could give them trouble, maybe, very, very much maybe. I mean, I can't say the Spurs because the Spurs are unpredictable where they play. They're kind of hot and cold. I mean, DeMar Rosen was a good pickup for them, but you know, if LaMarcus Aldridge
is giving us somewhat of a problem.
Go back to asking me for the Eastern side. I would say if they keep their heads in the game and play well, the Bucks could go far.
Well, they're the number one seed, obviously.
I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna say Boston's a dark horse. I'm gonna say as a dark horse chance, like really dark horse chance, the Sixers. There's just something about that team. They're so unpredictable. I mean, I know they lost the first game to the Nets, but I mean, I feel like if they make it past that first round, they could do some damage in the next few rounds.
At the same time, it's the Nets. Come on now.
Yeah. At the same time, it is the Nets.
I mean, the Nets are the Brooklyn D'Angelos. I mean, without him playing, they can't do
the Brooklyn D'Angelos.
They can't do jack squat, dude. Without
That's their name for the postseason.
And there it is, chat, right there. All right.
So for the Western Conference, I know you said Warriors.
I feel like the Warriors are going to win it all no matter what.
Yep. We're too dominant.
I know in in game one though, the Warriors were playing like they usually do, where Steph actually training threes instead of missing him every 15 seconds, like very Steph Curry like. With DeMarcus, if DeMarcus plays the way he is very capable, there's no reason why they can't make it to the finals because he's that inside presence they've been dying for. So I mean, they've won without him, but it just makes it even easier. So, all right, yeah, I'll just pick the Warriors to go to the finals because they're so deep. They're super deep in their talent.
I think it'll be the Rockets.
Penguin Air being different, my man. But in a match between the Bucks and the Warriors, if it's Bucks and Hornets in the finals, that's got to be a 7-game series. There's no reason why they couldn't go 7. Because Yanni can do some serious work against the Warriors, I think, and he's got a good supporting cast to help him. Unlike LeBron.
Damn, throwing shots.
Unlike LeBron. I mean, honestly, the whole thing with LeBron is just kind of mind-boggling for me.
I feel like the Warriors could win the finals over the Bucks, but I'm gonna be just because I really want him to win it for the city of Milwaukee. I want the Bucks to win. I really do. They're having such an amazing series. Oh God, yes. I mean, Giannis can take over a game in 1 second, dude. I mean, he averaged 27 points a game. Guys, like he says, he's the Greek freak.
The Greek
he's insane. Yeah. Or as my father-in-law says, the Greek freak.
The Greek freak.
Ability on the
I know, like Tim Lincecum, he's a freak too.
To his fetishes on the porn stations.
Oh my God!
Wait, what? Wait, what?
What?
All I heard was fetishes on the porn stations. Like
what?
What the hell are you talking about? He's like, that's why they call him the Greek freak. I was like, no, that's not so much on the court as it more is with his ability on the porn stations.
Oh,
I do not understand the fa.
Oh my God, that was
Greek
funny.
Freak and porn. Put it together.
No, I'm not gonna put it together.
I am not putting that together. I'm
You're
sorry.
You're damaging my view of the Greek freak. No, I refuse.
God damn it!
All right.
Anyways.
Dang it, Penguin!
God dang it, Penguin!
You're the guy who just made it awkward.
I thought I made
Penguin
it
always makes stuff awkward.
No, he makes it funny. He makes it funny.
Well, that too. He makes it funny and awkward.
But anyways,
all right.
Let's get to some video game topics for the boys
I thought
and
we
the girls.
Earlier.
I'm waiting for more Sword and Shield news. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, we don't have any of that yet, unfortunately. So no Pokemon Sword, no Pokemon Shield news yet. But we do have some Star Wars news though.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I can't really comment on it because I don't.
I retweeted it on my Twitter, Shadow. So check it out, dude. The trailer looks insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out right now.
Yeah, so
I think that's Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
So so we're gonna talk about a couple of things here real quick. So we're gonna talk about the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game, which actually does look, kind of cool because it's the same people that made Apex, and obviously EA is the publisher for it. And we're gonna talk about the teaser trailer that got released this week too. But Matt, I think you said you were super hyped about the Fallen Order. I mean, this game could go either way, honestly. But what do you think personally?
It feels like to me it might have potential that people would be like, oh, it's just another version of the Force Unleashed, and I'm like, I don't think so, because they're actually hitting on, it's not somebody who is from the Sith side. It's more on the Jedi side, a guy who's in hiding from the Jedi Order and has been kind of like trying to lead another life. I like that where they're going with the story, where it's just a guy who's trying to hide that he's a Jedi from the Order who's taking over. This is, for those who don't know, for Star Wars fans, basically, I think it's just after Order 66 was given, where all the Sith, aka the bad guys, for those who don't watch Star Wars, ordered the assassination of all the Jedi, and it was done secretly, and only a few Jedi survived. So this is actually a really neat twist on it. I like it because it's actually like he's being, like, a freak accident that happened while he's working forced him to use his powers, thus revealing who he is. And the entire time you're trying to run from the Sith, and I'm wondering, like, how much of a twist will it have to the? I'm really hyped. I have a feeling it's going to be a really, really good storyline based on seeing what they've done with Apex. Now I know Titanfall. I mean, some people are hot and cold on that storyline. I think it could be really, really good. I really am looking forward to that game. I just might save us some money to get that game and stream it. I think it looks really good.
I'm not the biggest fan of Titanfall.
I mean, Titanfall for me was one of my games. It wasn't on my top 10. I know that much, but
it was really fun when you put in the right code and got Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
that wasn't even in the game. How can you say yes?
Right.
That was the April Fool's joke that they pulled on everybody.
That's why I kind of was like, yeah. Here's a guy who just change the subject. Okay. Shoot.
Well, like Star Wars, so I think
it really does look like it has potential to be really, really good. Really good.
I mean, the Force Unleashed was, back in the past, it was, they were good,
that was a good one.
But I feel like the story, I mean, the story was kind of short, though. Even the levels were pretty short.
Well, the sequel was kind of stupid, honestly. The sequel was like, really?
And then they left it on a cliffhanger, and they never did it. Yeah, they left it on a cliffhanger, and they never did anything for it since then.
It's probably because it just got really bad reviews. They're like, nah, we're not gonna do a third part of this thing. We're not doing this.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We're just gonna start. We're gonna start fresh.
Now,
definitely hear it on
like
demand.
Speaking of Star Wars, have you guys ever played the Lego Star Wars games?
Nah.
Yeah, actually I did.
Well, okay. Well, I know you did.
I like the Complete Saga on Xbox. I like that game.
It's just because I like the Star Wars games from the past and up to now, but the Lego games, they're just like too cheesy for me.
Oh no.
I like them because I thought they were fun.
I know a friend in real life that actually plays that with this kid.
Huh. Madman? No, I'm kidding.
Not in real life.
What? I can see that now. They're sitting there playing Lego Star Wars.
Look, Jedi ice cream!
Look, Jedi ice cream!
Can you bring your pants, dude?
Pulls out the lightsaber.
Ooh, popsicle. Yes.
I mean, I did play on PS2, Star Wars Battlefront. That game was fun.
Oh, PS2.
Battlefront 2 was actually
Battlefront 2 was better. Battlefront 2 was better. I mean, both Battlefronts were good.
I like that game.
But Battlefront 2, I think the sequel to it was a lot better. Yeah, because there was like a campaign mode, there was multiplayer mode that you could do. There was 4 different factions. Actually, 6 different factions if you're talking about the heroes and the villains for the Tatooine map. And they still kind of do heroes versus villains for the new Star Wars games. Which I don't mind the new Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, but it's not the same though. It's really not the same if you really think about it.
Now the Star Wars VR game where you got to be an X-Wing pilot, that was very fun to play. I really enjoyed that one too.
I've wanted to play that, but I never got the chance to.
I wanted to try it out, to be honest. It looked fun.
Yeah, well, not really trying to self-promote, but I think I uploaded the video of me playing it a good while ago.
Yeah.
But
Jody, thank you for the follow.
With the set,
welcome to the Pug family.
The VR headset is where you actually look around the cockpit and you actually turn all the way around and see R2-D2 behind you.
Yeah, that is pretty dope. That is pretty dope.
And the only downside, I will say for anybody that is after hearing the podcast or anything, say, "Oh, let me go try that." If they have the VR, be sure to take time to pause it every 15 minutes or so when you're in the game, especially when you get into the really big battles with the TIE fighters, because it is just like you're in outer space, you're flipping all around, you lose your equilibrium. I had to pause it like 2 times.
Yeah, just so that way you don't get dizzy.
So which game now?
Oh, the Star Wars
VR.
Yeah, where you're an
That's
X-Wing
gotta be
pilot.
frustrating thinking about it.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had to pause it, I think, twice because my equilibrium was just messed up because you're in space, so you're flipping and you can do all this stuff, and I'm like starting to get dizzy. I'm like, okay, I gotta pause.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle that, honestly. I don't think I could handle a game like that if you really think about it.
Here's a man who gets dizzy.
Here's a man that gets dizzy.
Well, I will admit though, like even with that in there, it was a totally awesome experience to play that game.
Might have to try it out one day.
I think the last X-Wing Star Wars related game that, well, not really, well, apart from like the newer ones. I'm talking about, you know, a long time ago for the Nintendo 64. And if you guys haven't seen my tweet earlier today where I ranked the best Nintendo 64 games, go check that out on Twitter at Kyle the Pug.
You, my friend, know how to rate games. I'm just throwing that out there.
Do I? Okay, yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 on the GameCube.
I gotta look at that again. Hold on.
Yeah, that was a good one. But before that one, they had a good one for the Sega Genesis 32X. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I can't remember what the name of it was. It was. I mean, I know it was Star Wars. I just can't remember what the name of the damn game was.
Hey, what's up, Death Slayer? Kai, how are you, man?
Death Slayer.
Yeah. So, I do have a question because we're still on Star Wars, even though it's not the game set. When you saw the trailer, what are your hopes for this movie?
Ooh, I was just gonna bring that up.
Spoilers.
Spoilers if anybody hasn't seen the trailer for Star Wars. If you guys don't like spoilers, I recommend you guys back out of the chat right now or put it on mute because we're gonna talk about our discussions with that trailer and
Vader did it.
no spoiler warning. Yeah, spoiler warning, guys. Yeah, just mute the podcast if you have to for a little bit. But anyway, so a couple things I wanted to add. Lando Calrissian's back that they showed, and the ending of the trailer. Guess who's back? Yep.
Now, see, I've heard 2 different sides to that. One is they think it's actually Snoke laughing, and the Snoke that died was a fake, a stand-in. And the other one, which I'm going with because I recognize the laugh because I've watched all the movies, is the Palpatine.
Yeah.
But how did he survive falling through the little inner tube that
Force push?
Because if you remember, there was in episode 3 he was talking about I forgot which Sith it was. It was Darth. I can't think of his name. Yeah, Darth Plagueis. Yeah, because he talks about how he cheated death, and he was teaching Anakin like the dark side of how he can save the people he loved from dying and all that. Maybe that will play a part in episode 9, where he cheats death and nobody knew about it.
Well, the theory is that the way he learned how to cheat death is he could force push his conscience into somebody else.
Weird.
So it was a theory that somebody came up, but so I do think it's going to be Emperor Palpatine, but maybe not in the same body.
Right?
If they go with that side of the theory.
Interesting.
The other thing is that I really feel, and I hope they do, because they set it up perfectly for this storyline in Force Awakens, and they dropped a bomb in the second one, is that Rey and Kylo Ren are actually long-lost brother and sister.
It's not a bad theory.
From Han Solo, though?
Yeah.
Han and Leia? Huh.
And see, the reason I'm saying that is several things, which I'll explain.
Yeah, because it relates to Luke and Vader, father and son thing. The whole I could see that possibly.
Well, there's more to it.
Yeah,
there's more to it than that. In a series that they're following back and forth in these movies, they're kind of like making their own stuff into it. But some of the stuff between the original characters is following a comic series I read. Han and Leia had a son and then later on had a daughter who looks a lot like Rey, but her name was not Rey in the comics. But they were brother and sister. Now, if you go back to Force Awakens, your first hint that something was between and he knew he had a sister was when the guy came to report their failure, and he said, was there anything else? And he said, well, there was this girl, and then he grabbed him and said, what girl? Like, he became so interested in the girl. And then they had such a strong connection, and then think about when he was trying to get the information from her, he's like, oh, you look to Han like a father, he'll disappoint you, trust me. And then as it went on, and then after he killed Han, and then everything happened when her and
I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the.
You.
I'm sure everybody's
some
seen
people though. Some people are like, I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna wait 10 years to see it.
I was gonna wait until it comes out on DVD.
But then after all that happened.
Oh, wait till it comes out on DVD.
Wait till it comes out on USA. I want to wait for it to come out on USA.
I'll wait till hush.
I'm wireless. Go on.
I'm wireless.
Everything that happened.
Go ahead, Penguin. Oh man.
Hello.
Here's a guy who rubs him too much.
In order. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you.
In order. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you're cool.
Oh, love it.
But anyway.
You love to see it.
So at the end of it, her and Leia looked at each other, and a lot of people say, well, that's because she knew Han died. I think it was more I think it was the hit that you were the daughter I sent away to keep from Kylo. And my brother and I talked about this last night. In the second movie, where he tried to reveal that her parents were these drunks that just dropped her off somewhere, I said, what if those were not her actual parents, but servants of Leia, who she told take her somewhere where I don't even know, so he can't find her. And because
it's kind of like Luke.
She was,
yeah.
But and that's what I was going to go into. If you look at all the movies, Rey is just like Luke in the original trilogy. She was sent to a desert planet. She was picked up and trained as a Jedi. She is getting training. She is becoming the last Jedi. I'm like, it's setting it up.
1,000 generations.
Yep. And now the biggest thing that puts it together for me that she is a Skywalker and related to Kylo Ren. The name of the movie is The Rise of Skywalker. And from the first one, Force Awakens, when the lightsaber called to her, the lady told her it was Anakin's, and then it called to Luke, and now it calls to you.
Right.
Meaning it stayed within the Skywalker line.
Exactly. And I feel like I absolutely agree with that 100%. Because that lightsaber, that certain lightsaber, it stays within. Like, nobody else can touch it except for that Skywalker family. So that definitely does seem like one of the more higher possibilities in that movie, for sure.
Yep. And I just think that the director and the script writers from The Last Jedi dropped the ball on a lot of the stuff because they didn't set it up like they should have for the third movie, if that's when they were going to really reveal it all. I think the setup for it was very poorly done, which is why that movie was not well received.
I was kind of shocked when Leia was able to use Force powers. I'm like, what the F? She has the Force too?
So.
Like, damn, dude. Like, was she just training all these years and just holding off and for a moment where we thought she died?
Speaking of Leia, they'll have a thing for Carrie Fisher right at the end of the movie. I know that for a fact. They'll, like, in loving memory of Carrie Fisher. Like, they'll put something in there, too.
She finished filming before she passed away, didn't she?
Yeah, they did. She was in that.
There was one. I think there was one or two scenes that she wasn't in the scene long.
They probably CGI her in there, probably more likely.
Yeah, I can't remember what they said. They said there was like one, maybe two scenes that she had not finished filming before she passed away, and they're going to CGI her into those two scenes. But other than that, majority of her stuff was done, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And you can tell the CGI too because of the effects. Like what they did with the Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which I've seen, which actually is pretty good though. They did the CGI with her actual younger Leia self right at the end of the movie.
General, what the hell was his name?
Governor Tarkin? Crap. That was the other one.
Yeah, Governor Tarkin.
Yeah.
I heard that Rogue One was pretty good.
Rogue One is amazing.
It was actually a very good movie to me.
I've been wanting to watch it for a while.
I feel like, honestly...
out of the... I want to say it was better than the Solo movie.
Oh, no question. I mean, I never saw the Solo one, but I actually have seen, like, the ending for Solo. I mean, I never really had an audacity to see it, but... One thing I do know is even if Rey dies or Kylo Ren, there's going to be a new Jedi, because the universe needs to be balanced between good and so if Kylo Ren dies, a new Jedi would be born again. Yeah, that's another possibility. Yeah, because we know Kylo is part of the Skywalker.
They want to keep the Skywalker family name going.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason they're saying the rise of Skywalker, apart from what I said with Rey and Kylo, and she ends up becoming the Jedi now, even in the trailer, you hear Luke talking to her and kind of coaxing her and saying, like...
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah, like, no one's ever really gone. You won't really be the last, but the same token, I think it's going to end up being the same thing like with Luke, where he became the new Jedi, the most powerful Jedi, and tried to train, but his insecurities led to what created Kylo Ren. And I think part of what he will do in this movie, while talking to her through the Force, is telling her, like, don't make the same mistakes I did if you decide to continue. And also, what the person in your chat said, I agree with, because if you look at the Jedi Order, they were not just the Skywalkers, or they were made up of multiple races of individuals. And
including the Sith too.
Anybody can really use the Force, but the Jedi and even the Sith had a certain level of ability that made them able to use the Force more than others.
Yep.
Dang, man.
Just like a King of the Hills. No, what you guys were saying, like,
deep stuff, man.
Yep. That's like a King of the Hills segment right there. But I was going back to my Solo, a Star Wars story point, which was funny because it's funny because everybody said, like, oh, Darth Maul, died, but that wasn't the actual thing. If you guys haven't seen Solo, Star Wars story, I mean, it's all right. I wouldn't really recommend seeing it, but
it wasn't the best in the world, but yeah.
Yeah, but Darth Maul, honestly, he made an appearance right at the end. So that means Snoke and Palpatine aren't dead. Just like a certain spirit of Palpatine is what Peng was trying to say isn't dead.
Yeah.
So it could be Snoke.
Like Yoda and them showed up in the Return of the Jedi. They're Force spirits. I think Palpatine, through what he learned from Plagueis before he killed him, is he learned how to push that Force spirit into another body. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, which
so he can actually control the body.
So that's gonna be quite the interesting theory with some related Force voodoo magic going around.
I like voodoo.
Now, if you really want something really deep to think about with Star Wars, is that there really is no light or dark sides of the Force. There's just the Force. It's just how you use it that depends on how people look at it.
Midi-chlorians.
Some people would say you're using it for evil or you're using it for good.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of salty about that thing with the midichlorians. Like the hardcore Star Wars fans were really pissed about that. I'm like,
but after watching Snoke die, I was like, there's no way he would die. Like, no, he was insane, like how insanely he was. Honestly, as I said, it's one of two possible solutions. But the theory that I'm sticking with personally is the laugh is obviously it's more than likely Palpatine's going to play a role. I kind of feel like that wasn't the last time you would see him on. Yeah, I mean, like the Snoke could have been a fake, like somebody like a what do you call those? Not a stunt
double or stand-in.
Doppelganger. That's what you call those. Doppelganger.
Yeah, doppelganger. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a doppelganger, and the real Snoke was like hiding out in some place. And there were some other theories, but honestly, I don't know if these are actually, true theories or canon theories or not. But
all these are pretty good. But the best theory is that Jar Jar is the ultimate Sith Lord. He's behind the scenes.
No, speaking of funny
heel turn.
Speaking of funny
I hate
stuff,
about theories, some people will make some random ones that are just plain stupid.
Speaking of things, speaking of funny things, basically I saw like a thing on Facebook, or not Facebook, it was Twitter. Somebody like messed around with the, I guess the sound for the trailer and all that. Somebody somebody put Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Jabba the Hutt. And you have Jabba the Hutt's laugh right at the end.
Oh my god!
It could be true.
I gotta make that a donation. A donation, like every time if someone donates $1, go.
It could be true because Luke Skywalker was able to make a clone of himself or show an image of himself that wasn't him in person. Yeah, I know. That could be another theory too. Because
Alex is so funny. He's making
basically
like a weird noise like Jabba.
Because when Luke he sent his clone to fight Kylo, and he was connected with his own clone, and that affected him, mentally and physically, because he just... I mean, that's kind of a stupid way how he died, honestly, but, I mean, they're trying to put over to the new characters. Yeah, that is true, but nobody... But that is true.
He's just part of the Force now.
Yeah, he's just one with Yoda.
But did he die?
Nobody's ever really gone,
You will find out next Sunday.
Sunday.
Well, boys... What about the other movie that's coming out in a week's time? The most hyped up movie in the freaking world, bro.
Oh, God.
Avengers Endgame, baby.
Oh, God. Ray the Rabbit, who's in my chat, he's hyped about it, but I know he's going to talk about spoilers. No spoilers until I see the movie for myself.
You're not one who dies and who lives.
Okay, well, here's one spoiler I can say.
Everyone's dead.
No, Ant-Man expands so far up Thanos' ass and just makes him explode. The end.
Wolverine comes over, stabs him in the heart, or stabs him and cuts his head off, like Thor, and then there he is, chat. There it is.
Now, there it is, chat. I do want to ask this. What is y'all's opinion?
Yeah, same here,
so
Ray.
Much has been talked about where Matt brought it up, is the heroes that might make a co-star appearance in Endgame that are not part of the actual Avengers.
Like Deadpool?
Deadpool?
Well, no, I'm saying because you brought it up because you said Wolverine stabs him. It's been theorized that some of the more popular ones, Deadpool, Wolverine from the other movies, will make a quick appearance because of how big this movie's supposed to be.
Possibly.
Wait,
I mean,
you're saying
it's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, isn't Hugh Jackman supposed to play the Wolverine, or is that just?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman plays Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But is he going to be in it, though?
It's not been well, see, that's just it. It's rumored. It's not by fans. It's not anything they've said. And the reason it became a rumor is because of how big this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
The fans feel that you would do a big injustice by not allowing some of these other Marvel characters to be in there that were not part of the Avengers and the storyline leading up to it, like Deadpool, Wolverine, and so on. However, the other side is that I think Fox
here's the other thing I wanted to
and they can't use him.
I was gonna say something. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was gonna say something. But I remember hearing, Deadpool, obviously his superpower. Even if you did cut off his head, he would just put it right back on. So that means he can't die.
He's immortal.
Yeah,
yeah.
And even if he didn't put it back on, his body would regenerate.
Yeah. So you know where I'm going with this, though, right? If he actually does make an appearance, like, he could be the big difference maker.
Now, I don't know the reason I want him to make an appearance is I want to see him put a whoopee cushion under Thanos when he sits on the throne.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, in the comics, he did that one time, and Thanos smashed his ass, and he said, "Worth it." Just like there's a meme that went around for a while where
this is why the Hornets will never reach the playoffs.
I'm hyped for this movie that's gonna drop. This
is why the Warriors are forever pussies. But
yeah,
okay. Damn. They win 3 years in a row.
Damn.
The salt is real.
Damn. Ouch.
The salt is real.
Very ouch. Very ouch. Oh my gosh. Awesome Powers.
Well, it really
reference.
affected the Hornets is when they became known as the Kitty Cat Bobcats and couldn't win a game to save their ass.
There you go. The salt is real.
And there it is, right there, boys. But anyway, going back to the Avengers real quick. Penguin, you were talking about that before you guys were trading shots.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like
I got the good one.
Not really, but I was just saying that in the comics, like Deadpool did do a lot of crazy stunts, and he messed with different characters, and one of them he did mess with was Thanos. So, and because of how crazy he actually is, if you put him in the movie, you have to have him doing something funny to Thanos during the fight.
It's going to be amazing to see Endgame because Marvel has been making the movie so mysterious in the trailer, basically trolling us, but not showing a lot. But it's going to make the movie a lot. I agree, Ray.
It's CGI. What they do is
more
like
CGI though.
It's what more Marvel does. You think about it in the Infinity War trailer, they had it. They were all running in the field of Wakanda. They had the Hulk running, but then if you look at it again. They CGI'd him into it, but then when they were running through the field to go after
it was the Hulk armor.
all those aliens, there was Hulk armor, like the Hulkbuster instead. So they easily could tease somebody thinking, "Oh, this is gonna happen." And all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, that was not in the trailer. So they do that quite a bit. Like when you see them walking in their spacesuits, there could be another person that we don't know is with them right there. I mean, it could be. I know some people have kind of trolled us into thinking it was Deadpool, but it's pretty funny actually. But yeah, there's a lot of things we left up in the air. They like to tease you like that to make you see it. I feel like that whole like they're gonna go after Thanos is gonna be like in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like they figure, you know what? We've got Captain Marvel. We got us still alive. Let's bring the fight to this little jackass and take him down. Which honestly is with a 3-hour movie, it's probably not gonna go over very well for them. Probably gonna damage them quite a bit. But, I mean, unfortunately, Marvel kind of spoiled the fact they basically showed in the trailers that obviously Tony Stark didn't die in the spaceship. We wish they wouldn't have shown that, so we were left guessing, oh my god, is Tony going to die in the ship?
The movie I'm excited for is called Brightburn. I don't know what that is. Kai, I don't know what that is.
Well, here's the question, though. Did the bit with him and the ship happen before or after the second meeting with Thanos?
Probably before, because you didn't see Tony Stark wasn't in the he wasn't in the ship when they were flying. Because they asked in one of the teasers, they said like, how many of you? I think it was Raccoon said, okay, how many of you boys and girls have been in space before? And everyone but a couple of people raised their hands. He makes them kind of crack some joke or whatever. But yeah, I think it's before, and then probably when they come back after they get their asses handed to them. But that's probably when I would think storyline-wise. I can't confirm this. I would think that's when maybe they went on their way back. They find Tony's ship stranded in this galaxy. Okay, Alex.
Now there is.
I feel like that's when they find him.
There is a character that I'm thinking because they've kept it very quiet and have never said anything about him. That is going to play a big role because he did in the comics. He was one of the main ones that beat Thanos over and over again. Adam Warlock.
Who is that?
Now, the reason I bring him up is because the only time he was ever mentioned in the canons up to this point was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the cut scene at the end of the credits when she was making the being in that pod of theirs, and she said, I will call him Adam. And in the comics, Adam Warlock outthought and beat Thanos while he had all the Infinity Stones.
Damn. Sounds like he's a beast.
And the only time they've ever mentioned him was that one time at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2. Everything else they've, picked, well, Captain Marvel, she's going to be super powerful, she'll be good for this. Ant-Man, we thought he was trapped, but yet somehow he got out of the dimension. And they're leaning towards the different characters, but the one they so carefully made sure has never had another mention of him since is Adam Warlock. And he was a big player in defeating Thanos in the comics multiple times.
Here's Iron Man is Tony Stark. He's the man who made an iron suit in a cave. He could do anything to get back on Earth. He's also the man who has nuts named after what? What are you talking about, Ray?
What?
What are you talking about, Ray?
God. So here, being back on a real topic though, Ray, they've really teased quite a bit. If you think about it, this is I remember saying this before, where even when I was watching Ant-Man, like in the Wasp with the wife, I told her I had a theory. I told her, she's like, "Dang it! I think you just spoiled the next movie for me." And I'm like, "Well, no, it's just a theory. It could be completely off of base." But they've been teasing, like they were showing these behind the scenes things of them back in the New York costumes with Ant-Man. I'm thinking, wait a minute, are they going to touch on the fact that if you guys caught this Ant-Man the Wasp, Michelle Pfeiffer's character mentioned about how there's something in regards to that particular universe with Ant-Man, something about time travel. She said, don't step into this particular area because you could get lost, you could get sent back to the past or something. I'm wondering if they get their asses handed to them so hard that they go back in time to kind of warn themselves. And I'm wondering if when that trailer he says, "Do you trust me?" I wonder if that's the past Tony talking to, or excuse me, the future Tony talking to the past Captain America. It's kind of like, I don't know, just maybe stop a certain thing they did to contribute to the Infinity Stones being all put together. I don't know. It's a complete theory, but maybe it's something they do in the past that affects their future, so where nobody gets destroyed and everyone is all miraculously back before the snap of the finger.
But going with that about the time travel, if you noticed in Infinity War, every stone he got, he held personally. But the time stone with Doctor Strange, it was the aura he was holding because it was being activated. It was on when Strange grabbed it out of the other dimension. But the theory is he didn't grab it out of another dimension. He grabbed it out of the future where they were able to use it to see what was happening, or the past, so that they would be better prepared. So after he tried to use it like he did, that's why the gauntlet destroyed, if you notice at the end of the finger snap and everything, because it was a stone that was not the actual time stone. And if you notice, Thanos gave Strange a weird look when he got it. Did you notice that too? Because when Strange sent it to him, he was holding it by the aura, and he kind of gave a glance to Strange like, "This better be real." So, and then Strange kind of reaffirmed with Tony, if you notice, where he said like, "Tony, this was the only way."
Yeah, because he said there was like about how many like different
one time
outcomes
where they won out of 14 million.
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah, which does explain the time travel theory too.
I love that. I love that when I was thinking to myself, that's a GG.
So out of like 14 million, situations, there's one possible solution to beat Thanos. Yeah. And they have to find it.
And because that makes sense that they would do that during the movie, because the fact that you have the beginning, they go after him and say, "You know what? We can take this fool. All we have to do is stab him or cut his neck off, and boom, he's done." But then that wouldn't bring their friends back.
Easier said than done.
So they probably figured, you know what? We are the Avengers. We have to work as a team to beat this guy because he's too powerful. So.
One crazy theory is instead of killing off half the universes with the Reality Stone, Thanos changed all of the reality and separated the universe into two. That's more like Marvel vs. Capcom shit, if you really think about it, Ray.
Yeah.
True. No, he actually did kill half the universe, but the other thing too is, like I said, you have the main players that I think are going to play a factor in this. This is from comic book knowledge because they have changed a little bit, but they're following it pretty much. Captain Marvel, Adam Warlock, Ant-Man, because the suits, like Matt brought up, he's taking them into that micro-universe, is what I'm thinking. And the reason I think that is because at the end of the Ant-Man and the Wasp, that was even during the movie, that was a big thing about the movie, was that other universe. If you went too small, you were in this super atomic universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe somehow send Thanos there to get rid of him. Possibly.
Or something. So I think Captain Marvel, because of her ability, Adam Warlock, because he can literally outthink Thanos, and Ant-Man with that micro-universe are going to play a big role in defeating him in this movie.
And you think about in the reason why they will probably go, because like you saw that little snippet cutscene that they've already released, where it's like, hey, like Captain Marvel is like overconfident, saying like, oh yeah, let's take the fight to him, and then it's like, well, you didn't have me last time, so. I did like how War Machine basically counter saying like, look at Mrs. Confidence, paraphrasing of course, is like, no offense, but it doesn't matter. We had all these people last time there, but like half our team got destroyed.
No
so
offense,
what makes you think you're gonna win? No offense,
Yeah.
but I mean,
No offense.
where the hell were you? Where the hell were you when all this was going down? She just kind of like smarted back at him, saying like, well, there are more people that need more than the Avengers, more so than just your planet. So.
Right, here's a guy that's basically killing off the whole entire universe. You got a left turn here.
Yep.
You actually think that
and
that's her
Thanos power.
But that's her cocky attitude, that she gets paid, she comes back, and then she thinks, oh, I'm here so I can save the entire universe by
Alright, well,
myself.
here's another theory Ray brought up, and this is one of Ray's beautiful theories. He actually thinks that Thanos is not going to die, and he's too much of an icon that killing Thanos would be a big deal to a lot of people.
Yeah?
I mean, defeating him could be...
From a comic book standpoint, Thanos didn't die.
Yeah.
Huh.
In the comics, he never died because how many times over and over has Captain America or even Iron Man eventually, and even Spider-Man has said, we have to be better than that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
It's
just you
more
run
than
off and
those
you kill
three to
somebody,
take
because
him
anybody can do that, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna die though. Anyways, defeated, I could maybe see that, but I don't think. Yeah,
they'll leave him defeated to where he won't want to try again.
Yeah.
Which in the comics, I don't think he does, if I remember correctly. But they over and over, even Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's character, says, "I can't be like him," so he chooses not to get revenge. Which in the comics, Star-Lord actually wasn't killed like he was in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So, but Gamora was still killed.
Shout out to Dave Bautista and all the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I think
Damn.
I think Bautista's
One for the
character
homies.
did die though. I think, didn't he?
Who did?
Dave Bautista's character.
Drax died.
Yeah,
He did,
yeah,
he did.
Rocket's the only one that's left. Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, out of the Guardians, Rocket. And to me, a lot of people didn't catch it. I felt that was a jab because Rocket was one of the most hated among the group. Not by fans, but by the group themselves. Because of how
but the fans loved him.
How bad he treated them. But no, I'm saying, like, not by the fans. The fans loved Rocket. But the team
Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
didn't like him because of his attitude towards each other.
Yeah.
So, and how he treated it. So you look at all that, and then out of everybody on the team that survived, it was Rocket, the one that treated everybody like trash. And I think that's going to play into Rocket's personality growth in this movie, because now that team that he always felt was going to be there for him is gone.
Yeah, you can tell in the trailers he's absolutely crushed. Like every time like people are trying to console him, and like every time you see a scene of him, he's got that sad face on. Like, what am I gonna do now? My friends are gone. The people that he was taking jabs at, they're gone.
Yeah,
So,
he can no longer do that too.
He is noticeably like hurting on the inside. He may have like a tough exterior when he's talking to people, but in the movie, until his friends come back, he looks like he's crushed.
Yeah,
Absolutely crushed.
he's got a soft side. Everybody does.
He does.
Yeah. I mean, everybody thought it's just because of Groot, but I was like, no, there's more to it, because they were a team, and he acted like he didn't like being around them, and they were annoying.
Yep.
But even in Infinity War, when he went off with Thor, look at how he looked at him when he left, thinking that he might not see him again.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, see you later, guys. And then on the soft side, he's kind of like, I'll miss you. I'll miss you guys.
I didn't know Rocket was Bill.
He really did care about him, and it shows from when they all died that, especially like Matt said in this trailer, you see just how sad he really is, because now he's like, Chris Pratt's character was right. If you keep on, eventually you'll lose us, and you'll not realize how much that'll hurt. And now they're gone, and you see just how devastated he really is.
You never know what you got till it's gone.
You gotta cherish those moments.
Yeah, that's his family, dude.
And you actually saw that soft side coming out in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 when Yondu died, which was the worst decision ever in a damn movie.
Rest in peace, Yondu. Can we get a rip in the chat for Yondu?
Yeah, a rip and an L and type
I got to meet Michael Rooker and got my autograph from him anyway.
You know what though? I need to make it a priority to see Captain Marvel, and I have not seen it. I need to see it this week, if not before next week, so that way I can see that. I have a feeling I know what the after the credit scenes are, but just to kind of understand her more. I can understand how she got her powers and everything, just based off like the cartoons and such. But I feel like if I don't watch that, I feel like I'm kind of blaspheming myself before I see the movie. I have to see that.
Gotta catch up, man.
I remember in the Guardians of the Galaxy one where Rocket took off his shirt, it looked like he had some implants on his back, but then I maybe think Rocket wasn't always a raccoon. I heard from Eric Boss saying that the Rocket was actually one of Thanos' children, and it would actually explain why he was so afraid to see Thanos, so he split up with Thor to avoid him.
Holy mackerel.
That is a lot to say, honestly. That's a mouthful.
Here's a guy that types too much.
Well, no, he did his research.
He's doing
make a mention in the first movie where...
Yeah, you gotta give credit where it's due, you guys. Come on.
That's true.
That is true.
Yep. But he did make the comments in the first movie when they were locked up together to Chris Pratt's character about how they nicked and prodded and tested and added all this crap to him. So I can agree with that, because if you look at his other daughter, Thanos turned her to robotic. So it's quite possible that he was one of Thanos' children as an experiment for the robotic parts, and then he somehow escaped.
Yeah?
Ooh.
You wanna know how to be a good guy? Escape from the evil.
Well, escaping wouldn't really help though. Anyways, it's gonna catch up to you, like one way or another.
Yeah, but
they don't talk about Rocket's backstory either. Yeah, you never seen much of Rocket Raccoon's backstory, which is another thing too. Yeah, his backstory was never really mentioned at all.
Except for that, like I said, that one moment in the first Guardians movie where he talked about how he came about to walk and talk and everything. Other than that, you haven't heard much about him.
Yeah, exactly. But
very true.
My God, I think we just about hit. Okay, real quick though, we got like a couple minutes left.
All right.
Okay. What about the other character that only made appearances in the end cutscenes? That was one of the movie-wise one of the most hated movie characters that they brought about. But fans of the series or Marvel laughed at with Howard the Duck.
I am that duck.
Oh my God. And Dr. Monty's voice just comes out of nowhere.
Monty comes out of nowhere.
That duck.
I am that duck. Okay, Bill.
Okay, Bill.
Okay, that's just awkward when Bill says it, but all right. Anyways,
Bill the Duck.
Howard the Duck. Yeah.
Bill
Howard
always ruins streams.
Bill, you're officially banned. But anyways,
there it is.
That'll be episode number 7 of the podcast show. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Lucky 7.
So yeah, lucky number 7.
I'm happy that I came.
Yeah, you
midway.
did.
I'm really happy.
Actually, you came in, I believe, a third of the way in, so it wasn't halfway in. It was a third of the way.
I'm happy.
But shout out to all the homies. Burning Shadow, of course, the co-host. Mattman98.
Of course.
Zombies guy.
I'm irreplaceable.
Yeah. Penguinator's the guy that brings all the comedy, and of course, I'm the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle the Pug. And if you guys are watching, this on Twitch, thank you guys for stopping by. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, which will probably be up on demand, which by tomorrow, thank you guys so much as well. And if you guys want to, hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. We are close for 10K. We're on the road to 10K, and we are on the road to 300 followers as well on Twitch. So if you guys are new to my Twitch channel, hit that follow button and turn on those post notifications. And don't forget, if you want to really support the channel, subscribe to my Twitch. You get a bunch of cool emotes and advantages and stuff like that as well. Mattman will be streaming, guys, so yeah, I will let you guys know when he does that. But as always, I will see you guys in the next podcast video next week. But for now, I will see you guys tomorrow. So you guys take care and have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.